will join us 1 hour from now from 440 Sports as well as Athlon. We have those anonymous quotes he shared with us. We'll see what stood out to him when he joins us in an hour regarding what other coaches have said about Tennessee.
Yeah, just the few that were shared last week. I mean, all of them were pretty nice.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Yeah, at all. All of them were pretty complimentary and accurate. I mean, there's nothing I had an issue with at all. They're my favorite because the coaches' circles, they all know each other. Mm-hmm. They all know what's going on inside of each other's programs. Like, they all know. And we get a chance to get a little glimpse of what's behind the curtain, what's under the hood from opposing coaches around the league.
Yep. One quote was, "The offense won't fall off a cliff. That system is effective at adjusting for personnel, even the quarterback." Another quote, "The bigger question, even after Nico, is replacing the defensive starters who carried them in big games. Mm-hmm. The secondary is legit and probably their strength right now." Another quote said, "They're going to take a step back and won't be a playoff team this season, but the quarterback play won't be awful." That's probably the biggest downer of the quote.
It's like that's all you got.
The quarterback play won't be awful. That's not a compliment. And saying they won't make the playoff is obviously not going to create excitement.
Yeah, we kind of want more than not awful. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be awful. So, I mean, they didn't tell us anything that we didn't pretty much knew ourselves. If
Jermon McCoy is back healthy and good to go when he returns on the field, then Tennessee's secondary could be a strength. With Boot Carter being a year older,
those three guys,
Gibson a year older,
those three guys right there. I mean, I don't know if there's a trio at any position on the football field that has a chance to play as good as those three guys. I mean, you got McCoy, his third season as a collegiate football player. Ricky Gibson going into his third season after proving that he can hold his own starting corner in this league, and then Boot Carter, we saw what he did as a freshman. So, like, those three guys, I can't look at any room on this roster, O-line, D-line, where there's a lot of guys that play at once, and say, yeah, there's going to be three better guys.
Elvis over in Farragut sent us the clutch definition. We're discussing what exactly defines clutch, especially from a defensive play standpoint. Clutch definition.
Where is he?
He's in Farragut.
Of course he doesn't know what that means. Just kidding, Farragut, folks. Baseball team clutch.
4 straight, baby.
Yeah.
4 straight state titles.
Maybe you should ask the baseball team. Maybe you should go over there and knock on the door where they do all the hitting in the batting cages over there and ask just a random person in there, hey, what does clutch mean? Because they know what clutch means.
Clutch on the mound? Clutch out in the field?
Yeah, they know what clutch means. I'm kidding with the Farragut dig. I'm only doing it because Josh is from Farragut. But
Elvis sent this in sport, denoting or occurring in a critical situation in which the outcome of a game or competition is at stake. An example, they both are hard-nosed players who seem to thrive in clutch situations. But you could also debate, well, was the game at stake when Jermon McCoy intercepted the ball?
Yeah. Yeah, they're about to score a touchdown.
Well, then, a lot of plays are clutch then.
Well, I mean, anytime you stop like James Pierce's play was clutch because Florida was about to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Jermon McCoy's play was clutch because they were throwing to the end zone.
Right.
And
we would qualify that as clutch then. Based on this definition.
Yeah. But again, like, it wouldn't be up there with some of the game plays that were made, like in the fourth quarter, last drive, play of a game, like a fourth down stop. Like, you can't put McCoy's pick above those plays in those moments.
Yeah, you can have a 1 to 10 scale, which was clutch.
You can do that.
More clutch.
I mean, I would give McCoy's play I'd give him like a 5 seed.
Okay.
In the clutch tournament.
It was more in the beautiful play category.
Oh, it was beautiful because it was a one-hander.
Yeah.
It was.
It was one of the most photogenic plays in Tennessee history.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I mean, a lot of plays against Alabama at home in the last 2 games have been very photogenic. Brew McCoy's.
That's a whole other category. Most photogenic plays, the plays that were caught on camera that add to that moment for fans.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt.
With the Bama defender down on the turf.
Yep. Brew McCoy, cigar with his cricket finger. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hyatt taking a picture with Peyton Manning, even though that wasn't during the game, but still it was part of the game. Man, there was a lot of very photogenic moments. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs dropping that touchdown pass. Very clutch for Tennessee.
Juwan with the Georgia defenders behind him.
Yeah.
Larry Seaver's 2-point play against Clemson with the great Gus Manning holding the briefcase and the cigar.
Yeah, the briefcase.
That's my favorite photo in UT history.
That's
my number one.
Number one.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Because the story that goes behind it, there's cash in that briefcase because you got to hand out for the post-game meals and all that stuff. So it's a game. It's a clutch play, by the way. It's on the offensive side, but he's an all-time great player, Larry Seavers, with a legendary figure in Tennessee history, and Gus Manning in the photo, and then the briefcase, and knowing there's cash in it. It's everything.
And it's okay. It's okay. It's full of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Totally cool.
Backing up a moment, beep, 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 Randall and Etowah says, the quarterback play won't be awful, quote. I think that coach means don't count this coach out. He's done more with less. In some ways, yes. The coach also could have said the quarterback play will be good.
Didn't say that.
Yeah. Won't be awful doesn't automatically mean will be good. There is an in-between.
I mean, there's a possibility that Randall's right.
Sure.
Based on, what Josh Heupel did with the previous 2 quarterbacks. But there's also a possibility that this other coach is right, too, that they won't be awful, but they won't be good either.
Won't be awful is maybe trying to be nice in a roundabout way.
I mean, it's not an ideal situation. There's no other way around it. So
right.
The signs point to the situation not being good. All the signs point that way.
There are better situations to point to.
Yeah. But there are factors that could produce results for this offense that any other situation, any other offense or team dealing with this may not have the success because there's no track record of an offense being successful with different type of quarterbacks, different type of personnel, the way Josh Heupel's been able to operate. Now, the last 2 years, there's less folks who are confident in Heupel's ability to make chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what, but he has done it before. So you just don't know what you're going to see, which is why that coach probably said, the quarterback situation, it won't be awful. Because I don't think he's sure.
Right. It's one of the big unknowns in SEC play for 2025 because Tennessee is at least probably a top 25 team going in, top 25 team among a lot of people with a big question mark at quarterback.
Very big question.
And unique. Alabama has a big question at quarterback, but it doesn't have as big.
It's a different type of question.
It's not as mysterious.
Yeah, it's a different question. It's like just one question mark. Alabama. Ours feels like a scene from Batman with Jim Carrey playing a Riddler. That's what it feels like. There's a whole lot more questions. They're everywhere. Because you got this new dude coming in that was part of a trade, and then you got some young guys who are talented, but you just don't know. Where Alabama, their young dude, they're talking about him. He might be the starter at one point during the season because he's just that dynamic, that good. So it's just a different question for both programs.
We, of course, got a text about the Rashawn Golden picture.
Probably number 2 behind Gus Manning, right?
Telling the Gumps they're number 1.
For you, Josh, is that number 2 for you? Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that.
I couldn't either.
I was like, did that just happen? Did he just do
just right there.
Did he just do what I think he did? Wow. But that's proof. You can really just get caught in the moment. That is proof. That sometimes you get caught in the moment and you just black out. You just don't think. I believe that statement.
Do you?
'Cause my man blacked out.
When you saw that, did you think, man, I should have done that?
No, I didn't think that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually good at being more discreet about it. Like pretend like I'm scratching my head.
Rashawn left no doubt.
Yeah, I know, right? Golly.
That was a straight up salute. We'll come back. 865-656-9900. Thanks for being with us. So we've talked most clutch defensive plays that you've seen from Tennessee, some photogenic plays. The photographs that you remember, you're not going to forget that one if you've seen it from Rashawn Golden against Alabama, which he came back and expressed some regret for.
He didn't mean it. He just did it because he had to.
He needed to. We'll come back.
I'm just kidding.
We want to hear from you. 865-656-9900 to join us on Josh and Swain.
Stream the Sports Animal free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Last thing you want to deal with as a homeowner is a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency. If that happens, Hiller, Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical, that's who you call. Just know that their experts are going to solve your problems quickly. Most of the time, you don't know what the cost will be or if it's going to be fixed the right way or if someone's trying to sell you something. You don't have to worry about that with Hiller. The price that you are told is the price that you will actually pay. There's no hidden fees or surprises when you get your bill. They've been in business for over 35 years. They're family-owned and operated. Their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy, all background screened. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means happy you'll be or the service is free. That's the guarantee that you can get at Hiller. For more details, go to the website. That's happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Lunch was great. Market Square is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill and Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be. Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain series of EFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. At Josh and Swain, you can find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Would love for you to follow us there. You can find us on the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Tomorrow, 2:30, you can find Tennessee softball on AM 990 from the Sports Animal feed, as well as the alternate stream on the WNML app. So if you're looking to catch the game middle of the afternoon tomorrow, AM 990 on the radio here in the Knoxville and AM 990 area from the Sports Animal, as well as on the app and the website with the alternate stream with Tennessee and Oklahoma opening up play in the Women's College World Series. Then we'll have Tennessee baseball for you on Friday evening, Tennessee against Miami, Ohio, or, as it's commonly known, MoU.
MoU. I really want this for Karen Weekly, man. I really do. She's been knocking on the door for so long. But when you have Carlin Pickens, you got an opportunity.
You have Carlin Pickens, you have a chance to go win against anybody. Tennessee's beaten Oklahoma this season. Of course, the stakes are higher now in the Women's College World Series, but the opportunity begins tomorrow against OU. 865-656-9900. We have heard from a lot of Tennessee fans talking clutch plays on the defensive side in Tennessee history. The ones that I think have been sent in most often, Del Jones against Alabama, Bill Duff against Ohio State. I think that a big part of that is you think about the opponents. Alabama, as big as it gets as a rival.
Yeah.
Ohio State, one of the biggest brands in college football. And that was Eddie George, Heisman at the goal line. So those are some reasons. Jeremy Lincoln against South Bend has been sent in several times. Deion Grant, 98, interception, one-handed across the middle.
That's a good collection right there. It's no surprise why those have gotten more mention than any others.
Yep. And then the 98 season, Billy Ratliff against Arkansas, Dwayne Goodrich against Florida State. One of the most successful teams, obviously, in Tennessee history. The team in 98, what they did to go undefeated and win the national championship. We have also, in the text box, heard from, he's back to being Roll Tide Tyler. He sent us the Bo Scarborough photo. Remember when he scored on the long run, put his hand up in front of the Tennessee fans? Show you that.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
That was disrespectful, yeah.
So disrespectful. If the roles were reversed, we would love it. But kudos to that Tennessee fan for having the restraint not to slap his hand out of his face.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. So you do have the wall that kind of protects you, but I'm not messing with Bo Scarborough.
Why not?
What do you go about?
Bama players, they only hit fans after the game. You don't have to worry about it during the game.
Plus, that's a male.
Yeah, exactly. So he was safe.
Yeah, that's a good point. 6'1", 235, Bo Scarborough.
Yeah, on the other side of Brick.
Mm-hmm. That's true. This is a good one. We were talking about, what about basketball plays? We talked about Jemiah against Alabama just a couple of months ago. Justin sent in J.P. Prince's block against Evan Turner in the Sweet 16. Evan Turner was a standout at Ohio State. Top 10 pick. That was a great play late in that game to advance to the Elite Eight. Lost in the next round, but that's one of the great all-time wins for Tennessee. So that's a very good one.
Yeah, JP was like Tennessee's version of like Tayshaun Prince.
Yep.
Yeah, long, not gonna knock down a bunch of shots. Also a lefty, but can guard multiple positions. Slasher, utility guy.
Yeah, could just do so many different things for you and could come up in the clutch.
That's right. That's a good one.
Yep. So, Justin, very good. Thank you. 865-656-9900. Joel, I'm sorry. Tell me, who do we have on the phone lines? HT. We say hello to you here on Josh and Swain. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind, HT?
How's it going today, you guys?
What's up?
Hey, isn't the guy we got coming in at quarterback, isn't he more similar to the quarterbacks that Hypo had at what? When he was at what, UCF? And they were, they were like record-setting quarterbacks with the offense that he had. He didn't have like great quarterbacks, but he was able to get it done even against top competition. They even led the nation, I believe, in scoring and passing offense. So when you look at it, Milton or Hooker at their previous stops weren't setting the world on fire. But when they got plugged into the Hypo offense, the magic happened.
Yeah, Mackenzie Milton would be one of those quarterbacks you're talking about at UCF before his injury. He was terrific, and he had been terrific before Hypo arrived as well with Scott Frost. At the end, Dylan Gabriel, who was a young quarterback, had a lot of success. Now, there's the level of competition that's different as well in the American versus the SEC. That's I think, the biggest question everybody's going to have with Joey Aguilar is you're stepping up from playing at App State against that level of competition to, in a few months, trying to acclimate yourself in a new offense with new teammates against SEC competitions. When am I wrong that that's the most obvious question that has to be answered?
No, you're not wrong. And, I know what HC is saying. Hypo has had success with these type of quarterbacks, but like this is just new territory because there's so many questions around the quarterback. There's 4 new offensive linemen. There's a receiver group that's super young, that's coming off 2 years of really not doing what they should be doing in the offensive production category. There's the loss of your offensive player of the year, Dylan Sampson. They got new pieces there with the running backs. There's just so many questions on offense on top of, here's this guy that just came in May, and he's probably going to be the starter. Like, there's just...
So, even given that, if Nico was, did return, would you have the same questions or concern?
No, I wouldn't have the same because Nico will be entering his 3rd year in this offense. I would have some.
Yeah, but how would he?
Go ahead.
You would or you wouldn't?
I would not have the same concerns about the offense under Nico as Joey Aguilar. Now, Nico has more familiarity with the receivers because this would be his 2nd season with Mike Matthews. It would be his 2nd season with Staley. I don't know if Aguilar has thrown a pass to any one of these guys yet because they've been at home. And so here we are, beginning of June. Now, all the other personnel questions will remain the same about, replacing 4 offensive linemen, the running back group, all that stuff. But Nico would have had more time with some of these receivers. Nico would have had more some of these receivers than Joey, and that matters.
that he has been a starting quarterback at other places?
Even the fact, my man, he's throwing to a new receiver. Like, that stuff matters. I mean, Joe Milton was better in the second season than his first season, right? Well, the reason why is because Joe Milton got here after spring football, and he was overthrowing guys, but he wasn't overthrowing guys when he became the starter. He wasn't overthrowing guys when he went in 2022 after, Hooker went to the sideline. The reason why is because he was more familiar with those receivers. Like, he knew when to take a little bit of velocity off the football on some of his deep balls. So every receiver is different, and you have to spend time with that receiver throwing to know how to throw certain passes, who to lead, who not to lead, who to throw high balls to, who can catch balls in traffic, who can't. Like, it takes time to build that chemistry.
So do you think he can get there in 90 days or whatever? 90 days or 60 days?
It's possible, but like, as I compare him to Nico, like, that's why I said that Nico situation is more ideal, because he's had more time. Could he get there? Yeah, it's possible, but like, it's not in his favor, because it just takes a while for you to build that chemistry.
Okay, guys, here's my defensive plays. I'm going to go way back to, I think his name was Conrad Graham. They were playing Penn State, and I think he intercepted a lateral and took it back for 6. And I'm also going to go with the Al Wilson stop against Florida at the goal line.
There you go. Al Wilson's coming. Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
HT, good to hear from you. We appreciate you. 865-656-9900. If you'd like to be heard from, you can call, you can text to be a part of the show. We're halfway home. We have 90 minutes to go. Plenty to discuss. We've been discussing clutch defensive plays in Tennessee history, mostly football. Good one earlier in the segment. J.P. Prince, the block against Evan Turner and Ohio State in the Sweet 16. That was great. We talked Hunter Inslee in the World Series. No doubt that was clutch. We'll continue the conversation. We'll talk football moving forward as well, spring meeting conversation. A lot to get to right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball, signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Major League Baseball games in action later today. The Pirates visit the Diamondbacks at 3:40. Marlins face the Padres just after 4. At 6:40, Orioles host the Cardinals. The Braves visit the Phillies. Reds take on the Royals at 7:40. Just after 8, Cubs host the Rockies. Blue Jays visit the Rangers. 9:40, Yankees take on the Angels. The Nationals face the Mariners. The Knoxville Smokies were rained out last night against the Birmingham Barons. They will make up that game on Saturday. The Smokies are playing the Barons in a doubleheader today to make up a postponed game from April. Game 1 is set for 5:30 at Covenant Health Park. NBA playoffs, Pacers beat the Knicks 130-121 to take a 3-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Tonight at 8:30, the Thunder host the Timberwolves. Oklahoma City can advance to the NBA Finals with a win. Stanley Cup playoffs, Edmonton Oilers took a 3-1 series lead with a 4-1 win over the Dallas Stars last night in the Western Conference Finals. At 8 o'clock tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals, Florida looks to return to the Stanley Cup Finals for the Finals. At 8 o'clock tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals, Stanley Cup Finals for the third straight year against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Hey, Josh, right now you can take advantage of the savings they have with just a few days to go here in the month of May at Ted Russell Ford. At Ted Russell Ford on Parkside Drive in Kingston Pike, as well as next door there, Kingston Pike at Walker Springs Road at Ted Russell Lincoln. Ask them for invoice information. They have transparent pricing. You can take advantage of the savings. They will be honest up front with you on all the options they have for you right now at Ted Russell Ford at Ted Russell Lincoln. If you are looking for a truck right now with their selection, the combinations they have in the Ford F-Series, you can take advantage of what they have with 2 locations helping you find what you're looking for in a truck. If you need work trucks, check out Ted Russell Ford, see how they can help you find what you need. Their Super Duty trucks, their Ford F-150 Lightning, they have a tremendous selection. Same with their lineup of SUVs. The Expedition is a wonderful large family SUV option if you're looking for something with the summer months here and travel coming up, or the Ford Explorer, the Ford Edge, the Ford Bronco. Check them out on Parkside Drive on Kingston Pike. Your super dealer you can find online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
LCUB Electric customers, listen up. You now have a new choice for fiber internet service. It's time to ditch your global internet company and make the switch. LCUB fiber broadband is gig speed internet, so it's fast. Starting at $69.99 a month with Wi-Fi, no contracts, no hidden fees, and no data limits from the utility provider you know and trust, LCUB. It's fast, reliable, affordable, and local. Broadband your way. Check availability and sign up now at lcub.com.
Tyler and Will are broadcasting live Thursday from 3 to 7 at Ted Russell Lincoln on Kingston Pike. From America for America has been extended through the end of the month, where you pay what they pay with employee pricing. Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville's new home for luxury.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over above and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Hey, Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting edge cancer care is coming to Alcoa, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open their new clinic location in Alcoa with Dr. Aisha Cannon and Dr. David Chisholm summer 2025. For more information, call 877-637-1150.
We promise there is some drier, more sun-filled weather to come Saturday and much of next week, but we do run into a buzzsaw of some showers and storms around 5 to 7 o'clock in the Tennessee River Valley after a high of 78. We're down at 64, 65 tonight, and a few more spotty showers Thursday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Get breaking fall news on your text. To sign up, text VOLS to 865-656-9900 right now. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Johnson Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Colin in Knoxville texted in Malik Foreman's punch fumble for a touchback against Texas A&M. You tried to wipe it off the board because Tennessee didn't win the game earlier.
I mean, it was a clutch play.
Okay.
But not as clutch as when you win the game.
That's true. It's a 16 seed.
Yeah.
If we bracket this thing,
in.
yeah, he's not going to advance far.
Yeah, it's a play-in.
Getting to the second weekend would be tough. I think we agree with that. Another text that simply says, Bill freaking Duff. Bill Duff's a legend.
That's it.
Bill Duff's a legend. Still very much cares about Tennessee football as well. So good stuff there. We've talked clutch defensive plays. We can talk more about that. The Big 12, Swain, is talking about the 5+11 format. I love that they feel like they have to call it a four. So 5 automatic qualifiers, conference champs, and then 11 at-large spots. But that is where the Big 12 appears to be leaning.
Of course they're leaning that way.
Right.
Why would they not lean that way?
I agree, because they know they're not going to get the 3 automatic qualifiers, realistically. But Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark told CBS Sports he had a, quote, great conversation with the league's ADs this morning, and they are aligned on our preference for a 5+11 college football playoff model. Again, that would mean 5 automatic qualifying spots, the Power 4 conferences, the Group of 5, and then 11 at-large spots. Big 12 coaches will meet with Yormark tomorrow to discuss further. My guess is that's what the Big 12 coaches would want. That appears to be what the SEC coaches want, while the SEC administrators prefer the 4 automatic qualifying spots for the SEC and the Big 10. Also,
because it's easier.
Correct.
It's easier.
Although I would say to the SEC, if you can't get 4 of the top 16, then you should be ashamed of yourself.
All the winning that you've done over the last 2 decades, all the players that you put in the NFL, more than any other conference for the last 20 years, you can't get 4 teams in. And I understand part of it is, hey, they're spread out more now than ever, but still.
If the SEC only got 4 out of 16, they should be ashamed. Because it's really the Big 2, the SEC and the Big 10, SEC and Big 10. Then the ACC and the Big 12 are a step below, and then nobody else is in the stratosphere. So the Group of 5 should get 1. There should not be more than 1 that beats you out.
No, just 1
in the SEC. Also related to the SEC and the Big 10, we have heard talk of the SEC and the Big 10 having discussions about setting up some kind of scheduling format. And Brian Kelly, head coach at LSU, said SEC coaches want to work out a scheduling partnership with the Big 10 that would give each SEC team 1 non-conference game against the Big 10.
Oh, I'm all for that. Yeah, like a ACC, SEC basketball challenge.
Yeah.
But instead, this would be a football challenge.
Yeah, I think it would be great.
I think it would be great, too. So who you want to match up against? I know what you want. I know what you want, Tennessee fans. You want a rematch. You want revenge against Ohio State. That's what you want, right?
You think that's what they want?
Or you just want to beat up on Purple Vandy, Northwestern?
I lean Michigan or Penn State, where I would start out.
I see, like, if that were to happen, Big Ten, SEC weekend, where, like, they all playing each other, I would see them probably put Penn State and Alabama together just because of the history between the 2 programs, or Bama and Michigan.
Yeah, that would make sense. So Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, Nebraska. Maybe finally they get back together. Since the home and home was canceled.
I don't see the decision makers. When you look at the Big Ten's Big 3, it would be Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the current Big 3 for the SEC, it would be Georgia, Texas, and who's the third one?
I would still say Bama.
Okay, so I think those are probably going to be the matchups if this thing were to happen. And then Tennessee would probably play like Nebraska,
Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's a good
I mean, it could be one of the West Coasters. Could be, I don't think it's UCLA. Could be USC or Oregon. Or Washington. They actually have a home and home scheduled. Those would be adjusted, I'm sure. Those home and home series would be adjusted if there were an SEC Big Ten alignment. But according to Brian Kelly, the thought is the discussion has been around adding a 9th SEC game and then having an annual game with the Big Ten. So the two conferences would be aligned in their scheduling formats. 9 conference games, a 10th power conference game, and then 2 others. And I would think that some would still keep another power conference game like Clemson, South Carolina, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, Louisville. Could be wrong, though.
Poor small schools. This is messing with your bags. You're trying to get that new weight room. You need more money for your athletic program.
Mm-hmm.
And a team like Bowling Green would play 2 or 3 big-time programs and cash 2 or 3 checks per season. Maybe 1 less check if SEC goes to 9 games.
Jack says, give me Rutgers. Piscataway weekend.
Well, if we get Rutgers, you can guarantee that game will be played at noon. That would not be prime time. I can promise you that. Just like opening weekend, Tennessee-Syracuse playing at noon, it'll be just like that.
What about Iowa? Is that doing anything for you? The Hawkeyes?
I mean, all we have to do is kick a field goal to win. That's all we would have to do. I mean, it takes the pressure off our offense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't have to worry about a shootout.
Not in the cards. Nope. Although Tennessee's quarterback situation in Iowa was aligned in that ESPN tiers.
I don't want to play Iowa. No.
Okay.
Because, like, if we play, let's say we play at Iowa, and we know how special Iowa is with the hospital right there, Children's Hospital, and everyone waves at the kids.
Yep.
Like, everybody be rooting for Iowa, man. I would feel bad us going up there beating them like that.
Is that the reason you don't want to play them?
I don't want to play them there.
Okay.
But if we play them,
Zach says Oregon. I think there's some juice there with Oregon.
Okay. I can see it happening.
Number 1 Nike versus number 1 Adidas?
Yep.
What do you think?
All right, yeah. I can
There's
see
some branding there. The apparel war?
I can see it.
Nothing's official.
Get that tweet ready to fire off. Whoever wins that game.
Yeah, we might have something here. All right, we'll continue. 865-656-9900. Brady and Gall at the start of the 2 o'clock hour. We're with you until 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley invite you to make a difference in the lives of their club members and the entire community this year. For every dollar invested into the clubs, there's $12.47 of positive economic impact returned to our community. You can learn more and help the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley build great futures by donating today. Visit bgctnv.org. That's bgctnv.org.
Hey, Josh, I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Love telling you about the company. We've had a great experience using Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. They're locally owned. They pride themselves on helping people each and every day. They're proud of the average customer rating they have from Google reviews at a 4.9. 4.9 out of 5. You'd be hard-pressed to find another local plumbing company with a higher rating than that. Every day they are striving for excellence to make sure their customers' plumbing needs are met. If you need help with a problem that you run into, if you need help with something that you are planning, and whatever it might be, water heater issue, needing to need replumbing in your entire home, they can help you. They're skilled, passionate, and dedicated to delivering exceptional results on every job. And I've seen that firsthand at my home. I've recommended Wilson Brothers Plumbing to friends, family, coworkers. When you need to hire a professional plumbing company, call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Lunch was great. Market Square is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Is your dripping faucet driving you crazy? Is your toilet running a marathon after every flush? Then call the local plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. We offer same-day service guaranteed for all your plumbing repair needs. And we've been voted best plumbing company in Knoxville 7 years in a row. All plumbing systems and fixtures eventually deteriorate over time, leading to a host of problems. And with changing seasons, you may be experiencing plumbing issues, such as leaking pipes, water heater failure, clogged drains or toilets, and even sewer line backups. If you need immediate plumbing repair services, including emergencies or after-hours assistance, the expert plumbers at Pipe Wrench can help. No matter what the problem is, call us to schedule an appointment for a complete assessment so we can identify the issue, provide the best long-term solution, and quickly fix your plumbing, drain, or sewer system. We also offer free on-site estimates on replacements, plus free second opinions on repairs. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan, the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the sports animal.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Zach added green and orange would be a cool uniform game. Have them both wear home colors. I'd like to see more of that. A lot of that has been talked about with the Tennessee-Alabama matchup.
I think that would be great. I don't know about. Is this going to be like a home and home deal? Or we do a neutral site? Or,
Well, I would think home and home, but it's college football. Who knows? They have these wonderful home stadiums and home campuses and energy. So a lot of times they like to avoid that and go to neutral sites. But I would think that if this SEC Big Ten alignment does happen, that you get home and home attached to it.
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I love the whole apparel matchup between Nike and Adidas.
That's fun, right?
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious if Tennessee goes to Adidas. But like, bring on UCLA, man. Come on, like you got to set that up. That's easy.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Like that'd
be another one with you can come up with some pretty uniform combinations. They played in the past. Tennessee and Oregon played in the early 2010s. Could have gone better for Tennessee, but that wasn't an ideal time with Tennessee football.
But come on, man. Like we're more a pro sport than ever before, and that's what the pros do. anytime a player leaves one school or one organization goes to the other, they can't wait to match those two organizations up.
Yeah.
And play. So it has to be UCLA.
Now, depending on when they would actually get this done, is it Tennessee taking on Madden, Iamaleava?
Yeah, probably.
Brian Kelly saying at the SEC spring meetings that they have discussed this week the idea, and I think there is a desire there. Brian Kelly said he has a desire for the SEC and the Big Ten to align in playing games against each other in non-conference. Brian Kelly said that the discussion has been around a 9-game conference schedule for the SEC. That's what the Big Ten has. And then one non-conference game, SEC versus the Big Ten, with 2 non-conference games remaining to be figured out, however. So the SEC and the Big Ten, as they've become the big 2 conferences where they are financially and the power they hold, why not aligning from a conference schedule standpoint? We know that these discussions have been there. Brian Kelly said it's been brought up this week.
I mean, there's been so much back and forth, so many debates about which conference is better between the SEC and Big Ten, more now than last 2 decades. And so there's only one way to settle it. Because I mean, maybe it's hard to settle it with just saying, all right, well, Alabama won the national championship, or Georgia won it, or Ohio State won it, because then the other take would be, oh, well, you just top heavy. No, let's go ahead and play. Let's each team play each team from the SEC, and let's truly find out which conference is better. Let's do it. Let's sell it on the football field. So you can't use that whole top heavy argument.
I like it. I want to see good non-conference games. SEC Big Ten will produce some good non-conference games.
I know you do. I you know what I want to see?
What's that?
A good Tennessee record. That's what I want to see. And that may include a good non-conference schedule. It may not. I don't really care.
So Northwestern it is? Is that what you're saying? Northwestern and Vandy is the matchup, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely matching up and playing against each other. There's no way around that. No way around it. Who's Kentucky playing? Well, they play Iowa probably, right?
Kentucky, Iowa, the Stoops
Bowl?
connection? Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, Rutgers?
Probably. Yeah, nobody's watching that game, Josh.
Are we being offensive?
Truthful.
Sometimes they can join each other. We'll come back 1 hour to join us, 865-656-9900. Braden Gall joins us. We'll talk college football with him next on Josh and Swain.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
This produce looks amazing, and it smells so fresh. Food City's Picky Promise is the best. No need to be complacent. It's fresh, or they'll replace it.
Plus, their butchers give great advice
On dishes that entice. It's enough to make you giddy.
'cause nobody does food like Food City.
Tyler and Will are broadcasting live Thursday from 3 to 7 at Ted Russell Lincoln on Kingston Pike. From America for America has been extended through the end of the month, where you pay what they pay with employee pricing. Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville's new home for luxury.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Windrock Tales from the Trail.
There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
I'm a beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's."
Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate to plan your adventure today.
I'll always remember. Rent a cabin, Dad would take us hiking, whitewater rafting, or horseback riding. Tradition, a part of my children's lives.
Campgrounds and bed and breakfast to choose from. Visit My Smokies is the only site you need to plan your Smoky Mountain getaway. Visit mysmokies.com. Come home to the Smokies and make vacation memories that will last a lifetime.
Join Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental. Do it yourself and take your time. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate or call for full service. Just point and they'll do all the heavy lifting. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Hey, Dad. The pharmacy called. Sounds like you still haven't picked up your heart medication. Are you all right?
It's on all of us to know the signs, and essential community services are available to help. Don't let your call go unanswered. Call Adult Protective Services at 1-888-277-8366. 1-888-277-8366. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Human Services in this station.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville. Touchdown. Streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. Yes! We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute sponsored by Napa, the pros that know AC parts inside and out. Maybe it was Tyrese Halliburton's dad. John Halliburton was allowed in the building last for the first time since he was banned for talking trash in the first round. He had a very positive influence on his son, apparently, who had 32 points, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers in the Pacers' Game 4 win over the Knicks. Halliburton has been good all postseason. Last night, he was dominant. Like it or not, there's a great chance the elder Halliburton is going to be part of our lives heading into the NBA Finals. I'm Andrew Perloff.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Did you know there are more ways than ever to save with Allstate? Like adding more cars to your policy means you could save more. Same with bundling home and auto. More savings. Oh, and staying safe on the road? Ding, ding, ding. You guessed it, more savings. So check Allstate first, and you could save more today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Potential savings and prices vary, including based on how you buy. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You could think you found your dream home online, but here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. One more hour to go on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. However you are tuning in today, we appreciate you being with us live on the Sports Animal YouTube channel as well. VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward, and we head over to Nashville. We go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline to say hello to Braden Gall from 440 Sports, Athlon Sports as well. Coming off the Titans practice field, getting a chance to watch some live football action. Braden, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, it's a lovely thing getting to watch human beings do football things on a football field, especially in the middle of May. I promise.
Is it a nice break from the conversations we're having? I know you are having still as well around playoff formats and 5+11 and 4+4 plus 2+2 plus whatever as we're having in college football.
Yeah, of course. It's way more fun to watch Cam Ward throw smash routes to Calvin Ridley than it is to try to understand why the SEC and the Big Ten, mostly the Big Ten, but why they both are potentially going to put a bunch of participation trophies on the table for our college football playoffs. So, yes, it's way more fun. I do think there's important stuff in the college football conversations, obviously. As we've talked about it, there's going to be a whole new sport at some point, and it feels like automatic qualifiers for, basically like 80% of the playoffs and 8 of them being in the 2 conferences that make all the money. It feels like they're buying spots. Like that's what this is. And so I love the straight seating. I think that was a welcome change. We've been saying that since literally the first day they dropped the rules 2 years ago. But all the other stuff is very tenuous at best in terms of what's actually going to happen. And this is about the Big Ten buying spots in the playoffs and the SEC going along with it, if that is what's going to happen. It doesn't sound like that's what Greg Sankey wants to do.
And I think while you were on the practice field, Big 12 commish Brett Yormark said they're aligned in wanting the 5+11, which I'm not surprised to hear. Is there a scenario you think is most likely to play out, the automatic qualifying spots, at least multiple, or do you think 5+11, meaning 5 conference champs, 11 at-large spots? Is that more likely now? What do you think?
I am hopeful that there's been enough blowback from fans, media, and coaches on the automatic, the 4-4, whatever. Like, I think there's been enough blowback, and if you're going to get the ACC and the Big 12 to align, which technically probably actually hurts the Big 12 if you think about it. There's most years the Big 12 and the ACC probably don't have 4 teams that are worthy, 4 total teams that are worthy, 2 each. Last year, the Big 12 would not have had a second team get in. So it actually kind of hurts them, which means they're sort of doing it for the right reasons, I would say. Again, these participation trophies, giving these awards, this is not the NFL. Schedules are not even. Division champions, records aren't the same. Every conference is different. The quality is different. The schedules are different, even within the conference. So there is no way to shape this as anything other than buying playoff spots because you're powerful, the Big Ten and the SEC. So I hope that the 5-11 model goes through. I hope that's what we do. I would much rather prefer 12 or even 14, but we know the money kicks in if they go to 16, so it's going to be 16. I don't love that. I like the 4 buys and then the 4 home and then the 4 get in. I think there's a nice sort of like different tiers of accomplishment for different teams to strive for things. 1 through 16 is just going to be a bunch of extra football, which in theory is good, but causes issues. And again, the automatic qualifier, there are things that we would get in exchange for that, like a 9th conference game, which I am in favor of, like maybe these play-in games, which I think would be tremendous drama on the final Saturday for a lot of these conferences. But those are all consolation prizes. I would much rather have a 5 auto bid, 11 at large, pick the 16 best teams as best you can, and put them into a tournament based on how well they played football that year, not where they are geographically on a map that was decided 100 years ago.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports, the anonymous quotes from the coaches in the SEC. I didn't think anyone said anything crazy about Tennessee. I thought it was pretty weak, honestly. Which, hey, I'm cool with that. Any quotes stand out to you across the league?
Are you taking shots at Athlon? I think that's what that was.
No, I mean
no. So first,
no shots at Athlon. I just thought the coaches, they just didn't say much.
So first of all, that is unfortunately when we used to do this, let's say 10 years ago, we got a ton of scheme and personnel insight, and things are just so different every year that these coaches do not have a lot of personnel insight on other teams, much less their own teams sometimes, and they have less insight on scheme because the scheme's changing a lot too. I would say the thing that it's gone from personnel and scheme to infrastructure, resources, culture. Those are the things that now really strike me as interesting. 2 years ago, we got a really famous one, really negatively about Texas A&M and culture, really positively about Texas and culture. And turned out Jimbo Fisher got fired at the end of the year. Texas won the Big 12 and went to the semifinals of the playoff. So, like, that's the stuff that I'm paying attention to. And the one that stood out to me there, honestly, was Missouri. I was surprised at how positive everyone in the conference is around a Missouri team that's lost a ton of NFL talent 2 years in a row. They're replacing everybody in terms of the quarterback and Luther Burden and offensive line and all this other stuff. And, like, they're very bullish on the staff and the resources and the infrastructure. And we know they've done a good job building and recruiting and using the portal. But now it's all the respect from the other coaches about Missouri. I thought that was impressive, and it kind of stood out to me based on these things, culture, resources, infrastructure, that a lot of it's there for Missouri. I thought that was interesting.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports, Athlon Sports as well, and mentioned at the start of the segment you walked off the practice field, watched the Tennessee Titans, saw Cam Ward. What stood out watching Cam Ward and him working with his teammates on the Tennessee Titans?
I mean, really good day throwing the football. Really good in 7-7. Pretty good in 11-on-11. That's obviously tougher. But the ball comes out fast. He's got a quick release. He is what I find interesting, and I'll just relate this to a Knicks player because it just struck me last night watching. Like, Jalen Brunson has no pulse on the floor, and that's a compliment, right? Like, he is stoic in almost every sense. Now, he got a little rattled chirping last night at the free throw line, but basically he is stoic. Cam Ward is almost, I don't want to say like lackadaisical. It's almost like everything is too cool. And generally that's a really positive thing for 2-minute drill, for pressure situations, fourth quarter, third down, etc. Pressure in the pocket. Like, I think that's a really good trait to have. That's one observation. The ball comes out quick. He was pretty accurate with the ball today. A couple of great throws. There's some stuff he's got to clean up, and there's a fumbled snap and a drop pass and a couple sacks. Like, there's stuff you got to clean up, but I thought by and large, like, looked like the best quarterback on the field, and that's what you want in the first time we can watch him practice with pro athletes. You just want him to look the part and to not be overwhelmed by anything. And I'm not sure, like, he could be in the middle of like an actual earthquake, and I don't think he would look rattled. So
that's good. That's good for Titans fans to hear. Braden, before you go back to the college football discussion, you mentioned some important either topics or discussions. Is there anything else that is on the agenda list this week or has been brought up in big picture college football conversations, SEC or otherwise, that you think is important, that does matter moving forward?
I just think the my way you can kind of just look at an issue and say, like, where does this, how much more money does this make, and that's probably going to be the decision. So I know that's not like a new angle that you're asking about, but that is sort of the overarching takeaway from all this stuff is just follow the money, which is, again, not a new philosophy. But if you try to project what's going to happen, I am hopeful that public sentiment and pressure outweighs the opportunity to make more money. And because athletic directors, they like the automatic qualifiers because the budget is more predictable for them. And so, follow the money, and you're probably going to have answers to a lot of these questions in college football.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports, Athlon Sports as well. What would you like people to know about what's going on right now to check out?
My good buddy here in the market, Joe Rexrode's live in Destin. We're going to have a conversation about all this stuff. Going to go deep into it with him coming up, SEC Football Live, 4 o'clock Eastern Time on the 440 Sports YouTube page. SEC Football Live, 4 o'clock on Wednesdays Eastern Time. That's 3 o'clock Central Standard God's Time. And we talk SEC football every single week on that show, so swing by. And then we got a football show. Myself, Paul Kaharski, Nick Suss. We cover the Titans, but also mix in some college football as well. You can catch that on the YouTube page on Mondays and Thursdays. So still lots of football, even in the middle of May and June.
440 Sports Athlon at Braden Gall. You can follow him there as well on social media. Braden, we appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much for hopping on, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for passing along those quotes last week to us as well.
You the man, Braden.
You were the first text message, boys, just like I promised, all right?
He did
I'm a
promise.
Man of my word.
Man of your word.
Braden delivered, as he always does. Thank you, Braden.
Appreciate it, guys.
Braden Gall joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
Yeah, I mean, the Athlon's not weak. It's just the coach didn't really say much. That's all, which I have no problem with at all. And Braden brought up the Texas A&M kind of the smoke signal. Like the anonymous coaches' quotes was kind of like the smoke signals that ultimately led to Jimbo Fisher being fired. Like the coaches kind of know what's going on in opposing locker rooms inside of other buildings. And so they knew the drama was going on. And, fans probably knew that down there too. But, like, once you start getting those quotes that speak to, like, the culture of another program, you can pretty much guarantee that something's about to happen in the next year or two where a coach is removed. And so, yeah, like, I love the quotes. But for Tennessee, which, again, still a good thing, that they were a little soft. They didn't say much, which is not a bad thing at all.
One coach told Athlon Sports with Florida, DJ Lagway could compete with Arch for best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, when we had a conversation about which team you would buy stock in, I mean, or player, I said DJ Lagway. This is months ago when we had the conversation. So I'm believing what my eyes told me. I saw in person from a field level. He's special.
Still plenty of time to go. 2 months to go before the start of fall camp. 3 months to go until the start of the season.
94 days.
94 days. Now you got the whole weekend thing, July 4th holiday.
94 days, Josh. 94 days. 94 times the sun comes up, comes down.
Don't count the days, make the days count?
Make the days count. We're going to make 94 days count. We're not taking off days, Josh. It's 94. Not 44, 64, 34. It's 94. Weekends count. Now, weekends make it go by faster, but they still count. 94, Josh. Tomorrow, how many? 93. Can't skip steps in the process, Josh.
You ever tried eating a clock?
No, they don't look appetizing.
Yeah, it can also be very time-consuming. 865-656-9900 if you want to be a part of the show. We've talked clutch defensive plays. We've talked SEC spring meetings, the college football playoff, and we want to talk to you. Join us. Call or text at 865-656-9900. With Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Today, we're on a quest for the ever-elusive local business. However, our search is difficult as big-name national companies overshadow their smaller competitors. If only these local businesses knew about Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost can increase their online presence in ways that go beyond basic SEO. Aha! A mom-and-pop shop victory! Get found by more customers with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS Boost.com.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
In a world of high vehicle prices, where great deals seem out of reach, a beacon of hope appears. Look to the skies, Knoxville. The super dealer is here, standing for truth, justice, and the American made. Ted Russell Ford is your super dealer, fighting high prices whenever they strike. Employee pricing is here. At Ted Russell Ford, you pay what we pay on all new Ford models. Plus, get no payments for 90 days. That's 3 months of no payments on your new Ford. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 Ford dealer. Feast your eyes on the massive inventory of new vehicles to choose from. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or visit us online at tedrussellford.net. See dealer for details.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Jason Swain's here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver, number 21 overall in the 2003 recruiting class. I'm Josh Ward, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Coaches do seem to be aligned in wanting just the January transfer portal window for football. That's been brought up here in the last couple of weeks. Hey, instead of the December window and then a spring window. You have a window in January, so you have more playoff games that will take place before the window opens. It'd probably be 10 days, but 10 days in January versus 2 different portal windows. So that makes sense to me. I do wonder, though, Swain, what we have these ideas that come up, and part of the reaction is, okay, well, will that hold up? Like some of these rules, the House settlement, will that hold up? I don't know. If a player at the end of April or May, he finishes his semester, and he says, no, I want to transfer and play somewhere else. If they go to court and say, I want to play somewhere else, is the court going to say, okay, sure, you can? So is a January portal window going to hold up to where at the end of a spring semester? Because what if a player says, well, I didn't know in December, or January, it's too close, it's in the middle of the academic year, that's a tough time to transfer for me. I want to get through the end of the year.
I understand your point. I mean, I understand being a second-year player, going into your third season, and all these young players brought in, they're early enrollees, your reps diminish. It's clear that you're going to be playing behind the young players during that spring. You probably need to transfer after that spring. You're not going to play. So the 2 portal windows, if you're going to do one, then the one should be after the spring, not right after the season. Because it makes more sense to do, again, if you're just doing one, it makes more sense to do it after the spring rather than just after the regular season in December. So 2 actually makes sense, as annoying as it is for coaches. And the coaches are the ones that the decision makers should be listening to the most, because they're the ones who are in the trenches. They're the ones who are affected the most and have to deal with the day-to-day of recruiting, the day-to-day of planning and game planning for postseason games. So if they are coming together and it's one voice and they are agreeing on a lot of the issues and topics, then you might want to listen to them and pass some of those rules that they're mentioning. But I don't see how you just do one transfer portal and it be in December.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know with anything. So all I know is that I typically expect a court case with whatever rule comes around.
Well, that's what we've been seeing. So if you don't like the dish that you are being served, take him to court. If you want to play 5 years, take him to court. If you want to cheat without any accountability, then just take the NCAA to court. Which, paying players not cheating anymore anyways.
Right.
Like, when is the last time you've heard a fan base accuse another fan base of cheating? That's one thing that the NIL has done. We don't hear that anymore.
Yeah, in terms of paying players to cheat, I don't think I see that anymore.
Yeah, we don't hear a fan base accusing another team of cheating.
Yeah, we'll still see they just got it because they paid him, but that's not cheating. That's just playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be someone that tries to minimize what you're doing. Oh, well, they just got him because they're paying him. Well, they still got him.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, like there's not a top player or a really good player that's going anywhere for free. So everybody's getting paid who are good. But if you're not good and that player's not getting paid, that's not a good thing. Like, I don't know if getting a player for free is good anymore, because that means he's probably not that good.
Yeah, there aren't many players that are for free anymore.
Yeah,
not the highest level.
Like, I remember when I was younger, I would fall victim to commercials. I was, oh, look, it's free. And I was told quickly, there's nothing in life for free. And if it's free, you probably don't want it. It's not going to work for anything. But as I got older, I understood exactly what that meant. I definitely understand it when it means now. in the world of NIL and college football, who wants a player for free? Probably like a 2-star. Not going to help you win a championship. You got to pay for good players.
Well, if Cooper Witten comes to Tennessee, you think he'll come for free? Can Jason just pay for everything?
Well, I'm sure that's what some people on the message boards would think. Oh, Jason loves this place. He wouldn't take $1 from Tennessee. He would want his son to play for free because he wants to save Tennessee money. He's a real VFL.
Nothing will ever top, though, people asking if Eric was going to pay for Evan and Elliot's school to save Tennessee scholarships. No?
No.
They're going to get the scholarships they earned.
That's right. That's what's going to happen. Eric's going to keep his money. And Witten will get his bag like everybody else. I don't know if you could make the case where he should take a little bit less because he's a legacy, or he should get a little bit more because he's of all legacy. Because you can't treat them the same as everybody else because they're not like everybody else.
It's a little different.
It's a little different. So which direction would you go? Pay them a little bit less, a little bit more based on them being a legacy player.
Maybe some back pay because Dad couldn't get paid when he was at Tennessee.
Maybe. So a little bit more. Here's yours. Give this to your dad. Case I'm listening going, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Man, good idea, Josh and Swain. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What a world of college sports it is in 2025. We'll continue the conversation. We have an attaboy to hand out still, thanks to Native Design. We'll do that coming up. What a performance last night in basketball. We'll tell you about it. 30 minutes to go. More interaction. Thanks for the calls, the text at 865-656-9900 right here on Josh and Swain.
Your station for the Tennessee Volunteers. 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Major League Baseball games in action later today. The Pirates visit the Diamondbacks at 3:40. Marlins face the Padres just after 4. At 6:40, Orioles host the Cardinals. The Braves visit the Phillies. Reds take on the Royals at 7:40. Just after 8, Cubs host the Rockies. Blue Jays visit the Rangers. 9:40, Yankees take on the Angels. The Nationals face the Mariners. The Knoxville Smokies were rained out last night against the Birmingham Barons. They will make up that game on Saturday. The Smokies are playing the Barons in a doubleheader today to make up a postponed game from April. Game 1 is set for 5:30 at Covenant Health Park. NBA playoffs, Pacers beat the Knicks 130-121 to take a 3-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Tonight at 8:30, the Thunder host the Timberwolves. Oklahoma City can advance to the NBA Finals with a win. Stanley Cup playoffs, Edmonton Oilers took a 3-1 series lead with a 4-1 win over the Dallas Stars last night in the Western Conference Finals. At 8 o'clock tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals, Florida looks to return to the Stanley Cup Finals for the 3rd straight year against the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Windrock Tales from the Trail.
There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
Tyler and Will are broadcasting live Thursday from 3 to 7 at Ted Russell Lincoln on Kingston Pike. From America for America has been extended through the end of the month, where you pay what they pay with employee pricing. Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville's new home for luxury.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Welcome to the Ingles Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingles Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingles Table at ingles-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingles Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Every day is a good day to focus on your health. If you suffer from conditions like migraines, intestinal issues, body pain, or are always tired, call doctors Jason and Alicia Bloom at Marble City Chiropractic. From newborns to 100 years, they give individualized chiropractic care based on your needs. They teach the 5 essentials of health and healing, creating a new mindset that focuses on nutrition, exercise, and spinal correction. For your consultation, please call Marble City Chiropractic at 865-766-2081 or go to MarbleCityChiropractic.com.
The minute folks step into Dollywood, I want them to feel the wonder of my Smoky Mountains and to fill their hearts with all the good and beautiful things in this big old world, and to cherish all the little moments they get to be together.
Enjoy thrilling rides, award-winning entertainment, and delicious new seasonal flavors. Plan your visit at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood. Love every moment.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer, to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
Got a small business that no one's heard of except your grandma? Time for a boost. From Cumulus Boost, the affordable way to boost local search engine optimization and help manage reviews. Cumulus Boost helps local businesses improve their online presence so they're not buried by bigger companies in local searches. Get found, get on the map, and get a boost with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hurry in to DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Try them today in Honey Barbecue or New Buffalo, only at DQ. Happy tastes good, only at participating Dairy Queen locations.
Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It has seemed like it's rained every single day this month of May, and, well, it has for the vast majority of them. We've got a few more rounds of showers, 5 to 7 p.m. coming through the I-75 corridor. 78 for your high, 64 the low, and then we'll do it all over again Thursday. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Lenny for this text. He texted in his favorite clutch defensive play, something we discussed earlier in the show, Swain. So he sent us some defensive plays in football that we talked about. Dale Jones interception versus Alabama, Al Wilson against Florida, Billy Ratliff against Arkansas in 98, Sterner's fumble. So I think at the end of the show, we're going to do the People's Power Poll today.
People's Power Poll. I love it.
So we're going to do a poll of some of the clutch defensive plays that have been sent to us the most today. But he also brought up Meshack. We sold Meshack a little short against Bama because he reminded us as well. We talked about this most recent game, but remember last year, that clutch play that he made, back-to-back plays, in fact, but he hits a shot, then intercepts the pass in the middle of the floor, saves it, leading to another big shot for Tennessee. It was a huge sequence in, I believe, the middle of the second half of that game at Alabama last year. So Meshack he's the Tide killer.
Bama killer. That's why he's one of my favorites. He knows how to put those gumps in their place. That's how he should always be remembered. the plays he made against Alabama, which, by the way, good basketball program now.
That's right. Those are big-time teams he was doing that against.
Mm-hmm. So no one remembers what you do versus Tennessee Tech and Western Carolina. It's the big SEC matchups, the big matchups outside of the SEC. Admirals play against Gonzaga, the 19 season. Like that's how you are remembered.
Yep. Swain remembers or appreciates, I think, what all Vols do, but Vols who have success against Alabama rank very high on your list. And Vols in the big moments, you never forget.
In any sport. Yeah, any sport. It just means more, Josh.
Yeah, what would you call them? Gump thumpers?
Gump thumpers.
How about that?
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
So Jemai Meshack, he didn't get all the individual defensive player recognition that he deserved. Field of 68 named him.
Yeah, he was
he
robbed.
He happened to be playing with a guy who's also one of the great defenders.
He was robbed.
In Tennessee history.
But we know. The real ones know. And we know what type of players Zakai was. We know what type of player and defensive player Jemai Meshack was. And he deserved it this year.
For sure. We have another player that we know what he's about at this point to tell you about now as we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. We hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. We appreciate their support each day. Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. The Pacers beat the Knicks last night to go up 3-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Sure did.
Indiana was led by Tyrese Halliburton. His stats are like from a video game where you put it on easy mode and you just do anything you want to. Swain, last night he had 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 steals, and no turnovers. This was his 11th career game with 15-plus assists and 0 turnovers. Only 2 players have more games with 15-plus assists and no turnovers in their career. John Stockton had 15. Chris Paul has had 13. And Halliburton is already at 11. Those other guys spent a couple decades in the league.
11 games?
11 games. He's already had 11 games with 15-plus assists and no turnovers. He's only a half decade into his career.
That's insane.
And last night he did it in an Eastern Conference Final game to go up 3-1. What a showing.
Clutch.
And talk about clutch. And we'll remind you, not every player, but players in the league voted him the most overrated in the league just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, he has an unorthodox shot, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how your shot looks. It's about it going in or not.
Yep.
And he was struggling a little bit shooting the ball from 3 at home. But last night, even the shots he missed looked good. And obviously he made some too. I mean, he had 20-something points in the first half, 9 rebounds, 9 assists at halftime. So he had a triple-double at halftime, dang near. And it wasn't a question whether or not he would get a triple-double in the second half. It would be like how he would get it. Well, 12 rebounds, 15 assists. His 15th assist was a inbounds pass to a former Knick player who hit a 3 to seal the deal. Great performance, man.
Yep. So an attaboy to him. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design is celebrating that 20-year mark this year because they're proud of what they've built and how they've helped people. They're turning ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. You can call Native Design at 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com. Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. We'll come back with one segment to go. Final thoughts from today's show, the People's Power Poll, the top clutch memories on the defensive side.
Defense.
for Tennessee. That when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Imagine a windowed sunroom, fully adjustable, that's a screen room too. Diversified Enclosures and Screen can make that happen. Your screened room, porch, or patio is just a click away. Friendly free estimates at sunandscreen.com.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their 2 amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated, and the lawyer you choose needs to be equipped to handle them. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Ever wonder what happens when nitro meets fire? It's lightning in a bottle. Thunder rolls in your chest. It's where ambition meets asphalt, where some dreams are made and others go up in smoke. It's an experience like no other.
See for yourself June 6th through 8th at Bristol Dragway and the Super Crip NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals. Every ticket is a pit pass and kids are free on Friday. The Super Crip NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals, June 6th through 8th.
Tyler and Will are broadcasting live Thursday from 3 to 7 at Ted Russell Lincoln on Kingston Pike. From America for America has been extended through the end of the month, where you pay what they pay with employee pricing. Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville's new home for luxury.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, ceramic, or anything else for the floor, Frazier's Carpet One makes it easy. With free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping, Frazier's makes it easy. With no money down and free financing for an entire year, Frazier's makes it easy. And as a fourth-generation family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years unless you make it easy. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let us come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping. Let us show you how easy it can be to transform one room or an entire home with beautiful, new, professionally installed flooring from Frazier's Carpet One.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. They're proud to be known for their outstanding hometown customer service. They've been doing things that way for over 60 years. Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling, and you can even shop for tires and see their current stock right from your computer or smartphone. They invite you to stop in to one of their convenient 5 locations or come see them online at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Matlock Tire.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
The Sports Animal app has a special second stream and a link to our latest videos. Download the Sports Animal app.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Final segment of Josh and Swain. Thank you for hanging out with us today. A lot of good interaction. Appreciate all the plays that were sent to us. We were talking about clutch defensive plays. We saw a question that was trending on social media. What's the biggest clutch defensive play? This was in the sports world. that you've seen. We tied it into Tennessee. A lot of good memories that were brought up.
And I thank you for people sending their best clutch defensive plays. And we got a people's power poll for you.
Yeah, we're going to do people's power poll.
Yeah. That's our way to say thank you.
A lot of times it is our top 5, but this one we opened up to the people.
That's right. You are a man of the people, Josh Ward.
Well, we try to be.
That's what they say.
You're right. They say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to be on Josh and Swain.
All of them say that.
Yeah, Johnny had sent in J.P. Prince as well. So we did open up to some other sports defensive plays, but J.P. Prince against Ohio State's Evan Turner, that was a great memory. That's kind of, it's not forgotten, that game, that play, but they've had so many big moments since then. But that was a huge win at the time. That was the first Elite Eight trip for Tennessee.
Yeah, that was Tennessee
back in 2010.
Having that we're here moment after being number 1 in the country, but like postseason wise, that was we're here moment.
Yep. Now this came to the offensive side, but Drew Gilbert's walk-off grand slam against Wright State.
No.
Talk about clutch, no doubt about it.
That would be a 1 seed for sure.
Yep. That ended up being a legendary play print, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So some good stuff today. So why don't we go ahead and hit it? The People's Power Poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
A lot of great moments in 98, by the way. I don't think I mentioned this at the time, but Nielsen and David Leverton's tackle in the 98 championship game, Peter Wart. So that's a great one.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's a great one.
How you do that?
Some honorable mentions.
All right.
To Hunter Inslee in the World Series.
I will not say anything about your honorable mentions today.
And Jemai Meshack for the reasons we laid out. Multiple seasons making clutch defensive plays.
Fair.
Big moments against Alabama.
Fair.
I struggled with the 5th spot here. The 98 team is already represented in 2 spots, so I left Goodrich's pick 6 off, and I put Jeremy Lincoln's block against Notre Dame. That was sent to us a bunch of time. Again, this is the people's is the people's power poll, so I'm just trying to gather the data and collect it appropriately. Number 4, Deion Grant, one-handed interception against Florida 98. That is a program-changing play as well. As was Billy Ratliff's recovery against Arkansas in 98. Defense had to get the ball back for the offense.
Had to get it.
Defense did it.
Billy said he's going to go get it for him. That's what he said.
That's it. Bill Duff, number 1 and number 2 were tight here. It could go either way.
The people said it, though.
That's right. Bill Duff, 96, Citrus Bowl. It's Ohio State. It's Eddie George. Bill Duff with the stuff. Number 1, Del Jones. It's against Alabama. That's a huge win there that season, that time in the mid-'80s. The tip and the pick.
Tip and pick.
To secure the victory against Alabama. It is a play that will live forever in the minds of many Tennessee fans. Has lived now for 40 years in the minds of Tennessee fans.
And that's why more people sent that in today on the text box than any other play. That's the front of the brain right there for a lot of people.
That's it. You make a big play, you secure a victory against Alabama. It doesn't really matter the sport, but for sure if it's football, fans are going to remember it forever. Right. So a fan favorite in Del Jones against the fan-hated Alabama. That's number 1 in our People's Power Poll. 5 clutch defensive plays in Tennessee football history. And I'm not kidding. It was close to making top 5. Malik Foreman's rundown against Texas A&M. Nathan just sent it in again. I brought up several times today.
I think Nathan just is the same person and uses different names.
Maybe so.
Out of all the clutch defensive plays that resulted in a win, 3 Malik Foreman defensive clutch plays or mentions of Malik Foreman's play, and we lost that game. I don't believe 3 different people sent that in. I don't believe it.
Didn't lose in regulation, though.
No, didn't.
Nope.
Had a chance to go for 2, but didn't do that either. Win the game. Play to win the game.
That's what they say.
That's what Herm Edwards, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said that. Swain, tomorrow, big day. Tennessee softball will begin playing the Women's College World Series. They will be underway at this time tomorrow. AM 990 on the Sports Animal will have the game for you, as well as the alternate stream with the website and the app. So you can check that out tomorrow, as we'll be live with you 12 until 3 again. And big ticket time, it is back. And we will be out tomorrow at Food City. Stop by there in Alcoa, the location there in Tesla Boulevard. Alcoa Food City from 12 until 3. We'll be out with the big ticket. Friday, regional play begins in the men's NCAA tournament in baseball. So we'll get you ready for that. With that coming up on Friday. Swain, a week from today.
You ready?
Will I be done a week from right now? Plan is to start at around 6 a.m. I'm going to go 40 miles by foot, should clarify. No golf carts or cars.
Hey, it's not about when you get done. It's about just getting
done. That is the objective. That, along with supporting Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. So a week from today, we'll be out at the Cherokee Farm Greenway, a beautiful spot there next to UT's campus, next to the UT golf course. And I'll be out there logging 40 miles. I'm going to run 40 miles, and we're going to raise some money for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. If you would like to donate to the virtual food drive, which is live now, you can text Josh, Josh, to 656-9900, and we will send you the link to the virtual food drive. You can also go to Second Harvest's website and search Josh 40, and that'll bring up the virtual food drive. I also linked it at the top of my Twitter page. So a week from today, next Wednesday, we'll be at the Cherokee Farm Greenway, and we'll be out there thanks to A.G. Hines Company, which has graciously sponsored to support this cause for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. So that is 1 week from today, 40 miles, and Swain has promised at least 40 yards alongside me.
I got you.
You got my back.
Everyone got their back.
That's what they say. Swain, I'll see you tomorrow at the Alcoa Food City with the big ticket.
Let's do it, man.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you. See you. Talk to you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.